Yes, sir. This is your boy Harlem Smiley, man. You are tuned in to the one and only Dirt Gang TV. So, before we get into the actual topic and all that, man, we're gonna play this quick little Harlem Smiley Frankie Smacks, man, while some people get in here. Then we're gonna get into it, man. Jamari Watts, what's good, man? What's good? Let's go.
You are now tuned into Bossman Tuck Beats.
I could have been next to you, and my motions are perpetual. The 38 special, I turn your brains into vegetable. Headshots, only death for you. Sheesh, sheesh. Weight pusher, hump points, great hookers. Hard puncher, hot bars, great hookers. I tuck in the beat, great looker, straight cooker. Where you from? Brownsville, New York, nigga.
My older bitch look like she young, thick something. While I smoke a spliff, she sip something. No kids or nothing, she's funny and dick loving. Her name meant something, you can sell brick to her husband, but fuck it. Walked by the police, had to tugging, young and bucking. Time to get out, the bell wouldn't buzz in. 22 little rusted, but still be busting. Screaming and cussing, all you see was niggas leaning and ducking. Sheesh. What the fuck do we have here?
Yikes. It's Curry Low, and we back, nigga.
My young boy, 30's
My boy, and we strapped, nigga.
what's crack? Let's go. Yeah, I ain't ready for this one. Hey, yo, Tuck. Fuck K.O. Tashi.
Yo, man, work time.
Lost the nation.
Listen, it's the C to the R-I, leave a nigga R-I. P, so I'm a G, so when I creep, nigga, on I. The hottest shit that y'all niggas seen since the sonar. A once in every 10-year average, just like the solar. Eclipse your boy, low-key focus on the next flip. And niggas wonder how I get bread. Take your pick, whether it's fucking with the bricks, so I'm switching up shifts. The way I switch up my bitch, that's how I switch up my kicks. But you can catch me in the Ville, nigga, putting in work. Dipping from the D's, niggas on my back like a shirt. A hot boy in the shit, but my name ain't Twerk. But you can catch me in New Jersey Dubs, selling that twerk for sure. It's a no swag rap era. We should take it back, no snapback era. Do rag, fitted cap, backpack era. No mumble rap or this fake trap rap era. Listen, this a no swag rap era. We should take it back, no snapback era. Do rag, fitted cap, backpack era. No mumble rap or this fake trap rap era. Yo,
Hey, yo, in the booth. Right to the pin break. Squeeze the 40. Shoot to the pin break. Lyrical exercise. Rappers better get in shape. Schooling you rappers for what my pen state. Never been to war, you wasn't Call of Duty. Only time you play with guns is playing Call of Duty. I'm the shit, you shit, they used to call you duty. You remind me of a Kim K pick, you all booty. Roll a doobie, smoke so much weed, man. The weed man, call me the weed man. Dispensaries for my weed plant. My independent ladies say they don't need a man. Just a real nigga with a good sex game. Long dick style. Run down on you niggas like Tyrone. Long clip style, pow. They done started with the wrong nigga now. Choir singing when the casket lowered down.
this a no swag rap era. We should take it back, no snapback era. Do rag, fitted cap, backpack era. No mumble rap or this fake trap rap era. Listen, this a no swag rap era. We should take it back, no snapback era. Do rag, fitted cap, backpack era. No mumble rap or this fake trap rap era. Yo, that's just shit, Lil, it's my fault.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to all the Wrench Gang members out there. Y'all know what it is, man. The one and only Harlem Smiley, man. Shout out to everybody in there, man. Y'all know how it go, man. Yes, sir. You can't get this money when you in there sleep on that couch. That's a fact. Y'all don't know where to go, really. It don't matter what y'all smoking on. Whether y'all rolling up some indica, sativa, a hybrid. You know, times is rough right now. Y'all might still be smoking on that Reggie Miller, that Reggie Bush, the Reginald Jennings. Sticks, more sticks and seed than it is weed. Whether y'all smoking out of a Swisher, a backwood, a Dutch, the Fonto, with the raw paper, of course, or with the Bob Marley. And if you add the grabber, please let people know before you pass them that, or just keep it to yourself. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's time for y'all to sync up, man. You know I synced up already, man. Light us up. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to wait a couple of days. I knew about this for a couple of days, man. Let me give you a couple of shout outs, man. Shout out to Dutchy the Great in the building. Shout out to Arthur Bird in the building. Shout out to Austin, Texas in the building. Shout out to Jamari Watts in the building. Shout out to Black Kings the Truth. See what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. Another rapper shot. We're gonna start there. So I knew about this a couple of days ago, but I was trying to wait. With Link YMF in the building was good. I was trying to wait a couple of days to wait for some more information to come out, because y'all know me, man. I don't like reporting on stuff when it first comes out, because if you report something when it first comes out, then you got to retrack if something comes up different. Far Rock 22 in the building was good. So I try to wait a couple of days, but in this instance with Zoey Dollaz, nothing new has really changed yet. So I'm gonna speak on it because it's in reference to what we're talking about today. Zoey Dollaz, if y'all don't know who Zoey Dollaz is, Zoey Dollaz was an upcoming rapper. The reason why I say Zoey Dollaz was definitely an upcoming rapper is because he has a lot of songs with a lot of notable rappers. And even though a lot of y'all might not know who Zoey Dollaz is, he's known. Like, a lot of people didn't know who Mo3 was either. But at the end of the day, he was known, for specific areas, man. Shout out to Kamazorak in the building, man. So Tiana Taylor, everybody know who Tiana Taylor is. If y'all don't know who Tiana Taylor is, you've kind of been asleep. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Iman Shumpert, it's one of my favorite basketball players. But Tiana Taylor had what you would call a dirty 30 birthday party. That's what she called it, the dirty 30. When you turn 30 years old, you kind of want to, that's your last big celebration, still kind of being young. So, she had a dirty 30 birthday party. Upon her having that birthday party, Zoey Dollaz attended. Zoey Dollaz then left the party and then got his car, jumped on Interstate 95, the I-95 for all y'all know it out there. So somebody followed him out of Tiana Taylor's party, followed him on Interstate 95, and killed him. And I'm sorry, they didn't kill him. I'm sorry. Let me not go too far. They shot him on Interstate. I don't want to get that mixed up. You see what I'm saying? They shot him on Interstate 95. Is this becoming the new trend? Shout out to Mr. Gorgeous Gangster TV in the building, man. Is this the new trend now? Shooting people on highways? Is this becoming the new trend? My thing, right? If you was that gangster to where you wanted to do harm to this man and you just didn't care, you could have did it in the party. Why did you could have waited for him to walk out the party? You could have called him while y'all was leaving out, driving out of the party. What's going on to where these people who having these little battles right now, to where they really don't want to, they shooting people on the highway? It's bad enough y'all not just fighting no more. Now it's getting to the point to where you don't even want to let the person get a chance to see you. Y'all shooting people in the back eye. But now you going on the highway. Now y'all going on the highway and shooting people on the highway. I thought what happened to Mo3, rest in peace, that was a little bit crazy. But at the same time, man, it's like this guy gets shots on the highway. He got shot 5 times, but he's not dead. Shout out to CW in the building, man. Austin Texas said 25 of us in here. There's actually 31 people in here, man. If y'all could hit the like button. I don't like to say, y'all hit the like button. Like, listen, if y'all could, respectfully, if you could, hit the like button for your boy one time. So the reason why this situation is even talked about is because y'all know Mo3 also got shot on the highway and died. This guy, Zoey Dollaz, upcoming rapper, got shot on the highway 5 times. Last I heard, he was. It sounded stupid when a person said it. They said he was in critical but stable condition. So when somebody gets shot 5 times, there's no way they're gonna just instantly be in stable condition. So I understand what he's saying. So it's even though he's not on the ropes, he's not fully fighting for his life. That's why I wanted to wait, because it was the same thing that happened. Rest in peace, King Vaughn. They was reporting super fast. Oh, King Vaughn got shot. He's in the hospital. He made it to the hospital. You know. So and then the next day they had to do a whole nother video saying, King Vaughn passed away. You know. See what I'm saying? It's too much. You see what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, I'd rather just wait for a couple of days to bring it out. So not only did Zoey Dollaz get shot on the highway, rest in peace, Mo 3 got shot on the highway, on Interstate 95. Apparently, in Brooklyn, y'all motherfuckers right by Pennsylvania Avenue on the Belt Parkway decided y'all want to start shooting at each other on the Belt Parkway. So that's why I asked this question. Is this becoming the new trend to shoot at people on the highway? I don't get the listen, here's why I'm already against it, period. I'm one of the people, if you got a problem with somebody, go fight them. That's what that's my kind of deal it is. If it gets beyond fighting, you gotta do what you gotta do. See what I'm saying? If it's worth it. But if it's not worth it and it's just something like stupid, like rat beef or something like that, something that can definitely be talked out, I'm one of them people. But at the end of the day, when y'all shooting on highways, right? 6 show 30 in the building, man. What's cracking? Y'all gotta realize it's a lot of cars riding by. It's no way for you to be on a highway doing 60, 70, 80 miles per hour and be able to shoot accurately. That's my thing about it too. My thing is y'all shouldn't really be out there shooting. Listen, man, y'all take time to sync up for this one, man. Y'all shouldn't be out there shooting, period. Go fight, unless it's beyond that, it's beyond that. But at the end of the day, when you're on the highway, you can't shoot accurately. I'm riding down the street. I got my kids and my girl in the car. I got to worry about you idiots on the highway shooting at each other. Y'all on the highway just shooting at each other back and forth on the highway. The bullets is not accurate. You drive 50, 60, 70 miles per hour and you try to shoot at somebody in the car. What's going to happen? One person's probably going to end up crashing. When you crash and you crash into a whole bunch of other people. See what I'm saying? Mr. Smooth on 52. What's good, man? Don Armando Robles. What's good, man? You're going to end up on Pennsylvania Avenue. You know how many buildings is right back there? You know how many project buildings is right over there? You shooting, riding by Pennsylvania Avenue, especially too when you going towards Coney Island, it's houses and stuff that's right there off of the Belt Parkway. Y'all shooting at each other and one of those bullets ricochet or one of those bullets go through the building. You see what I'm saying? Through somebody's window, hit a little kid or something like that. You shooting at the ops and totally missing the ops, but at the same time, you're putting other people in a predicament. One of those cars crash, make another car crash, then another car crash. You're not understanding what's going on. Y'all not understanding what I'm saying, son. Zeta General in the building. Eastside Kane in the building. Y'all not understanding what I'm saying. Y'all out there and y'all on these highways. It's too much innocent bystanders riding by. The Belt Parkway always got people in there. It's been Belt Parkway construction for years. For years. We talking about decades. It's always busy on the Belt Parkway unless you riding on there like late night. But it's still always cars on the Belt Parkway. If not the cars, it's still mad buildings along the whole Belt Parkway. We talking about right there by Pennsylvania Avenue. See what I'm saying? Come on, like y'all, like come on. I'm not gonna say who was shooting at who, yada yada yada. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, let's just say they were just from two opposite sides of the field. which brings me to my next segment. But before we get to our next segment, see what I'm saying? Y'all know how I just like to play these little quick snippets of what we got of upcoming music. So we're going to play this quick snippet real quick. See what I'm saying? Quick snippet. Some 35 seconds or something like that, man. Then we're going to get into the next segment. Let's go.
Recorders, I turn you niggas to mortars. If you ride, then I ride. If you slide, then I slide. I don't care if we fail, long as we said we try. If you cry, then I cry. If you die, then I die. We used to be a crazy team. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. If you ride, then I ride. If you slide, then I slide. I don't care if we fail, long as we say we try. If you cry, then I cry. If you die, then I die. We used to be a crazy team. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Up the hill.
Any nigga get killed. That's why we live by the slogan. Never ran, never will. Unless we doing deals, moving pills, or we moving krills.
You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about the beef in Brooklyn right now. I'm going to touch on all parts of the beef in Brooklyn that I could touch on. And when I say that, I'm specifically talking about gang beef. We're going to talk about the rap beef. We're going to get into some things, man. I feel like it's starting to get a little bit out of control. Let's start out with this Wu versus Cho thing, right? To me, the whole Wu versus Cho thing is kind of calming down. But at the same time, it's making Crip and GD beef escalate way further than it has to be. And I'm going to be honest. Me looking from the outside in, because I'm not Wu, I'm not Cho. I know a lot of Wus. I know some Chos. I know a lot of GDs. This is the reason why I speak on it, but I tread lightly when I speak on it. I don't want to be one of them bloggers that your whole thing is talking about the Wus and the Chos, because I understand it more than a lot of people do. But now from the outside looking in, it's starting to look super funny with it's starting to look like Bloods and Crips is just like one gang now. It's starting to look like that from the outside looking in. I'm not talking about for people inside of New York City. Understand what I'm saying? For people outside of New York City, there's videos now to where y'all tying blue and red flags. There's a lot of videos now to where you see like Crips throwing it up with Bloods, and people who outside of New York don't understand what's the handshake about, right? Like, all right, cool. One thing I tell people out here, right? I'm going to talk about my set specifically now. One thing I'm hearing about from California people about my New York set is a lot of New Yorkers out there, they throwing up neighborhood. So they be like, yo, you know, we not from neighborhood. And I be trying to break it down to them like, we know niggas not from neighborhood, but I try to tell them like in New York, especially in like Manhattan and the Bronx, the 30s and 60s are super cool and super close with each other. Like when you see Dave East do it, Dave East only do it when he's talking about Nipsey Hussle. It's like a respect factor. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I try to break it down. I try to tell them out here, when you see the 30s out there throwing up neighborhood, it's probably because they with somebody that's next to them that's probably from 60s. You see what I'm saying? And it's a respect factor. Like I try to tell them, like, we know for a fact we not neighborhoods, but at the end of the day, it's just sometimes they do it as a respect factor. Like Dave East specifically, whenever he throws up neighborhood, he's talking about Nipsey Hussle. And he always say that too when he's talking about Nipsey Hussle. One of his ad-libs, he say neighborhood. He's not saying he's from neighborhood. He's just elaborating that, you know, especially in Manhattan and the Bronx, it's like 30s and 60s is super close together. So with that being said, it's like a lot of times shit can get misconstrued. So with the whole Wu shit, they seeing a lot of Bloods and Crips together. You see what I'm saying? It's like they seeing a lot of Bloods and Crips together. So they're starting to think like, all right, it's a hybrid gang. And I'm trying to explain to niggas, Wu's not a gang. try to explain to people Wu is a movement. You see what I'm saying? You don't got to get jumped into Wu. You see what I'm saying? It's something like you pretty much accepted to. So it's like a social club. You don't got to get jumped into Wu. You don't have to be in a gang to even be Wu. You see what I'm saying? It just so happens that Wu consists of having people that's inside of the actual Wu movement. A lot of them are Crips, a lot of them are Bloods. There are neutral people that's Wu. Let's be clear. People, they're not in no kind of gang at all. They neutral, they Wu. At the same time, it's like, I understand it's like when it's like now you starting to, the handshakes that a lot of them is doing, it's looking like you'll see a dude with a red flag, you'll see a dude with a blue flag, and then they're just doing like a joint handshake that looks like a gang handshake. So it's like now it's looking like you got Bloods and Crips that's like united doing like handshakes together. And they not looking at it as like, oh, it's just this specific set that's running around with it. They not looking at that. When they talk about, we talking about outside of New York. When they talk about Crips from New York, they talking about all of us as a collective whole. It don't matter what set you from, 60s, 30s, G-Stone, A-Trade, Insane. It don't matter what set you from. When they say New York Crips, they talking about us as a whole. The local sets along with the LA Sanction sets. You see what I'm saying? They look at all of us as a whole. You see what I'm saying? So y'all still sync up, man. Y'all still sync up. So at the end of the day, it's like I tell people all the time, I'm just but a small platform. You see what I'm saying? I'm just a small platform. I could only tell people what I know, what I believe, and what I think is the truth. So I tell people all the time, they think all Bloods and all Crips inside of New York are just super cool. I got family that's pretty much majority Blood. Then I got a couple of the older ones that's Crip. So at the same time, it's you bound to have family members or people who you went to school with or grew up with that's pretty much that you can pretty much say, okay, well, these people, I can't like just look at them because they're in a different gang and just be on some shit like, all right, cool, they're in a different gang. So at the end of the day, I gotta pretty much disregard them. I know that happens in LA a lot. That happens in LA. You can go to school with somebody, y'all been best friends, and you see that motherfucker 3-4 years later, y'all from the wrong set, different story. In New York is different. So when I see my blood cousins from New York, we've been had a joint handshake that we did for a while. It's like it's like the Blood handshake and the Crip Universal handshake all combined in one. But I don't do that with other Bloods outside of my family. You see what I'm saying? Like it's other Bloods who I grew up with from the neighborhood. I don't do that shit with them. That's like a family thing. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why is because to other people it looks super funny. If I'm chilling and this is Mike getting on the train and one of my niggas, they could be from any set, 60s, 30s, G-Stone, and they getting off the train and they see me throwing up some shit with Blood niggas. I'm the Crip nigga, blue flag, and there's a bunch of Blood niggas staying on the corner, and I'm going to do a universal handshake. That shit looks funny. So at the same time, the people that's outside of New York, the way they looking at it is like, damn, like that shit is fucking crazy. These niggas got, let's keep it real. I done seen certain videos where, and certain like lives and shit to where niggas got blue rags and red rags like put up together and all that too. You know, sometimes they be joking around. You'll see the Lokes throw Blood or Blood throw Crip. And I'm gonna be honest, it's like when if you in that movement and you rocking like that too, it is what it is. But it's like you gotta watch the stuff that y'all doing on social media. It looks weird if you a Crip and you got a red flag on. I don't care if you just like on some shit to where y'all like, you know, you trying to show unity and all that shit. I'm gonna be honest. It looks very weird. It looks weird. You can still show unity, but at the same time, I couldn't see me wearing no red flag for any reason besides when we was younger, we was doing infantry shit, trying to make Bloods think we was Bloods, you know, shit like that. Infantry shit. But if it wasn't for like shit for going missions, I couldn't see myself wearing a red flag for no reason. I couldn't see myself standing up on live TV and videos throwing up blood. I'm sorry, that's just me. So it's like I don't expect that from other gang members and shit like that too. So then on the Cho side of things, it's not as complicated because in New York, especially younger days, 90s we talking about, Crips and GDs always had a universal handshake in New York. We talking about in New York right now. They always had a universal handshake in New York. It's still older Crips and GDs, when they see each other, they still do that handshake. If you see that video that they did, I forgot who it was. Somebody was talking, they was talking shit about MVK, and they had they wasn't talking about shit about MVK, I'm sorry. They had the nigga from the Migos, the Lokes from Brooklyn was talking to some of the Woos, was talking to the Offset from the Migos, because he's GD, about, you know, how it's funny too, it's 74 people in here, man. Shout out to all the 74s in the building. They was talking to him about the GDs in New York. So Offset said what he said about the GDs in New York, and then when they pieced them, they threw up the universal handshake. So Offset's not from New York. You can tell by that. It's not like here's what I like about the Woos, right? The Woos are starting to come off the fact that it's GDs that they just got beef with. They're starting to move more into like, okay, well, we don't got beef with all GDs, it's just the Chos. So I'm thinking that they're starting to make that very clear. But at the same time, it's like the Chos are, a lot of them are GDs and a lot of them are certified GDs. They've been GDs for a long time. A lot of them go back and forth to Chicago. It's nothing fake about them. So it's like when you put them in a specific category, like I had somebody tell me that all Chos, that all GDs are Chos. And I told them not true. If y'all could, hit the like button for your boy one time, man, while we sync up, man. Light us up. They told me all Chos, all GDs are Chos. And I said, not true. I said, are Chos and Blickies the same thing? He was like, nah. I said, well, aren't there Blickies that's GDs? I said, yeah, so you got it backwards. There are GDs that the older GDs, it's a lot of them not running around saying that they're Cho. I try to tell y'all, this is a rap beef. This is a rap beef. You see what I'm saying? This is pretty much a rap beef. So you got a lot of, there's a lot of people out there who get it misconstrued. It's people outside of New York don't even know what a Cho is. And it's a lot of GDs in a lot of other states. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you got to look at it as like, these are just two groups that, like on the Cho side, mainly GD, you got a sprinkle of Crips, sprinkle of Bloods in there. But for the most part, though, I still know GDs that still throw it up with the older Crips. Universal shit. Not saying that they bang the 6-point star or the 8-ball is still rocking. It's just a respect factor. See what I'm saying? It's a respect factor. One time, I appreciate that, man. It's just a respect factor. You see what I'm saying? So, it's a little bit easier for the Cho side to kind of grasp what they're going on. You see what I'm saying? But on the Wu side of things, I try to tell people it's not all Crips and all Bloods just pretty much linked up together to just go against the GDs. I know from the outside looking in, this how it looks, but I'm here to tell y'all it's not like that. It's not like that. When I go to New York, Owen Mullen's in the building, man. Josiah Guerrero in the building, man. When I go to New York, I don't look at the GDs, oh, they know I'm Crip. But I don't look at it like that. When I'm in Garvey, if I go to Garvey, if I'm in Queens and I link up with them in Queens, I don't look at them. I don't look at them like that. Azora Leonard in the building, what's good? I don't look at them like that. You see what I'm saying? But there still is a lot of bloods out there, or a lot of blood, areas per se. So if I'm in that area, I'm not feeling so comfortable. You see what I'm saying? I go to my little cousins in them house, the area they live in, I'm not feeling so comfortable. Flatbush, if I'm in Flatbush, if I'm in Canarsie, if I'm in Brownsville, regardless of what areas I'm in, I'm feeling a little bit all right. If I'm in like Coney Island, if I'm in like Bed-Stuy, or if I'm in like Bushwick, I'm not feeling so comfortable out there. You see what I'm saying? So I'm here to just set the record straight. It is not Crips and Bloods versus GDs. It's not Crips versus GDs. It's Wu versus Cho, which pretty much just consists of having Bloods, Crips, and GDs and neutrals inside of there. Arthur Fonzarelli, what's cracking there, man? 2 thumbs to the sky always. That's what it is. Is Wu a gang? No. Wu, that's why I'm not saying it's the Wu gang versus the Cho gang. It's not. It's the Wu movement versus the Cho movement. And it's pretty much they on this drill movement for Brooklyn. And that's what's going down. Cho's got rappers, the Wu's got rappers. Just so happens they don't like each other. The two groups don't like each other. Just so happened that one group is just a group of GDs. It just so happens that one group is a mixture of Bloods and Crips. New York Swag 100 in the building. See what I'm saying? Listen, that's what it is. Everybody outside of New York, that's what it is. I try to explain this over and over. There's still a lot of people out there who hit me in the inbox or they leave the comments. They just don't get it. They just don't get it. If y'all could hit the like button, if y'all could share this, man. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of people out there who just don't get it. Same thing, and I'm not going to speak too much on the Blood side because there's a lot of people out there asking me the same thing with the Bloods. What is going on with the Bloods out there? And I'm like, I'm a Crip. Why? I'm not going to sit here and super speak on all the stuff that's going on with the Bloods in New York. You see what I'm saying? That's not my place to speak on. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of perspective on why people shouldn't be hating on each other and why it's making New York a little bit, a little bit crazy on that side of town. But y'all know before we get into this next segment, we got to get into the sponsors real quick. I know Christmas time is coming up. Fellas, ladies, go to m14.com. And if you go in the description, the link is in the description. Use the promo code DIRT, you can get 30% off. I'm trying to tell y'all, they got a bunch of they got patterns. They got stuff that the kids is rocking right now. They got grown woman stuff, grown man stuff on there. They got bags, they got sneakers, they got furs, they got jeans, t-shirts. You can make your own patterns. You can pick out your own sizes. Trust me, go to m14clothing.com, man. And use the promo code DIRT, you get 30% off all of that. And then you can pretty much have some more money to spend on yourself. I like that hat. Let me go grab that hat for myself. And use that promo code DIRT. You get that 30% off. Slip up a little gift in there for yourself, man. But we're going to play one more quick little snippet of what we got to come on this next album that's going to come dropping in 2021. And then we're going to get into this next segment.
Around the Clock Records. Harlem Smiley, nigga. Dirt Gang, sheesh. I told y'all, we will not be stopped. Dirt Gang, It's another one for y'all, man. Listen, I'm from the east, but I'm known to kill a West Coast beat. The only time you seen birds when you sending a tweet. My kids get my last meal like my name was meat. Money came, then it went, playing hard to go seek. Y'all niggas gotta roll the switches to this. 211, 6 falls, hit some switches to this. They go to South Central, 30 crippin' in here. 9 in the 33, Scott Pippen in here. Listen, niggas say it's not where you from, it's where you at. Fuck that. I rep New York while I'm all over the map. Where you from? Brownsville, been to jail, Catskill, Zone School, Maxwell, favorite player, Odell. Let me get you like the Knicks too. I do. Used to sell them too. Niggas who rock that.
Yes, sir, man. Just a little snippet of what do we got to come, man. That next album gonna be crazy, man. Y'all go support the movement. But if y'all didn't hear the first one, Tales from a Harlem Crip is out right now on all streaming platforms. The link is in the description. Everywhere except SoundCloud. You go punch in Tales from a Harlem Crip, you gonna see you gonna see it pop up, man. You gonna see it pop up, man. Then you'll be good to go from there. It'll look like this. That's how it look. If y'all see that pop up over there, man, y'all go cop that. That's me, man. Nice little EP. Trust me, man. It's getting good. My man Gentile Killer said, better get out the rap game before you get smoked like a Christmas ham. Damn. New York Swag said it's too fire. Zeta General, fire emojis. Nancy Drew, shout out to you. I like the cover on it. I appreciate that, Nancy Drew. I appreciate that. We're not gonna speak too much about this side, man. Y'all already know, man. It's listen. See what I'm saying? I don't speak too much, and if y'all notice that too, I try to speak on shit. You know what it is? With me, I defend New York too much, and I defend Brooklyn too much. I don't know if y'all noticed that a lot with me. I never speak bad about the blood side of New York. I only speak on that when people really be try to discredit the Bloods for, trying to not be real and stuff. Because I dealt with that on the Crip side of things. You see what I'm saying? Bankos in the building, man. What's good? Don't use your words wrong. Was told by my elder not to. Yeah, that's a fact, Nancy Drew. So when I always try to just defend them when it comes down, because I don't listen, I was out there in the streets. It's nothing. Listen, when you out there and you battling against these motherfuckers on the streets, if you go to jail, you got to worry about it, regardless of where you go. There's nothing fake about that. You see what I'm saying? So, it's, at the standpoint, I really can't be running around there talking about, nah, we used to run down on them and destroy. Nah. The only reason why people think that is because the miseducation that was brought to them by OG Mac, which that's why I rock with Corey King. The reason why I rock with Corey King is because when everybody else was scared to come out and tell people that OG Mac was a rat, forget about the miseducation and all that. Forget about that. We're not talking about the miseducation and none of that. When he came out and told people that OG Mac was a rat, they tried to discredit him. They tried to knock him out the set, label him fool. They tried to kill that man. He stood tall on his ground. He went toe to toe to people for years. You know how hard it is to go out and try to tell people the person who started this is about that life, but at the same time, they not. He took mad slack for that. And what happened? It ended up coming out that it was true. So the problem is, right? It's a lot of people who had to go back to him and was like, yo, my fault, apologize, yada, yada. But it's still people from certain sets because those sets still run under OG Mac's oath that they will never be cool with him and they will never side with him for that reason. And this is only in a certain borough. Listen, it is what it is. If you know about the Bronx, it is what it is. So there's always going to be people out there that's going to hate on him for that specific reason. I like the way he's business oriented right now. You see what I'm saying? I see how he's trying to drift away from just being one of the Bloods that, went against OG Mac and actually proved him to be wrong. But at the same time, it's a lot of beef that's perspiring in New York that's making New York look crazy. And it's not even his fault. Him versus Nino Cappuccino. We talking about online. Shout out to Popcorn, man. Y'all don't know about Popcorn. Y'all go subscribe to his channel. Y'all go subscribe to Death of the Cloud Chaser. Y'all go subscribe to Bullets Gotti. Y'all go subscribe to T History. Y'all go subscribe to Marriage and Marijuana. It's a couple of more out there I'm gonna remember, but you know what it is. We syncing up right now. Light us up. There's a lot of people out there that's not just him. They looking at like the older ones, KK, Mel Cross. Then you got other ones who like Wildcat. There's a bunch of, you got also Boss Lee. There's a bunch of, you got Scheme Team. There's a bunch of the younger generation that's right below them that kind of, and not Wildcat, because Wildcat is in a generation too, but it's a lot of, he acts a little bit younger than the rest of them, but it's a lot of people in that generation to where they're clashing. It's a lot of clashing going on right now. So, and a lot of these people are from different sets. So on that side of town, right, they not look at it as like, all right, it's Corey King going at Scheme Team. We talking about outside of New York. They looking at it as this New York Bloods just beefing. You see what I'm saying? They not looking at it as, oh, damn, what's the nigga? Oh, this other nigga I always fuck. They went on Queens Flip shit and the shit when I forgot this guy's name. Oh, Stack Stone. It's not like it was just, them on a panel on Queens Flip panel going at Stack Stone. They looking at it like, oh shit. It's 4 different notable Bloods up here that's from different sets and from different parts of New York, but they all just beefing with each other. Or these two might like each other, but they might be beefing with this one. So it's kind of hard to justify what's going on out there on that side of town. So it's like I can't really just blame the youngins out there. The woo is not just the woos and the chos. You see what I'm saying? It's not just the woos and the chos at that too. It's like you go beyond just the woo and the cho beef. Now you're talking about you got the Bloods beefing with each other and stuff like that too. The older Bloods we talking about are like either they're not originators, they're closest to it. You see what I'm saying? So it's just looking bad out here in these streets, and I'm not blaming no specific person. Like Mel Cross, I like what Mel Cross doing. Mel Cross doing his own thing. Mel Cross getting his podcast and all that jumping, staying out the way. That will be my only advice for Corey King is to listen. You got a good platform right now. Your lives do good. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't even, get involved with the bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people outside of New York is kind of looking at, and I'm not going to say y'all, I'm going to say us, because we from Brooklyn. I look at it don't matter, Blood, Crip, Woo, Cho, GD, it don't matter what you is. When I'm outside of Brooklyn and I say stuff about Brooklyn, us, we all one. It don't matter what gang you in. It don't matter what you rep, what your age, how old you are, first generation, second generation, third generation. It don't matter. When I say us, and I'm talking about Brooklyn, I mean us. So when I say us, excuse me, I'm not talking about me as far as being in the Bloods. I'm talking about us as far as, us being Brooklyn Knights. You see what I'm saying? We gotta like change the perspective of what's going on in Brooklyn. And I feel like it's gonna start with y'all. This is the whole point of this. Right now, the way it's going, everything is going wrong. Everything is going downhill right now. But at the end of the day, there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is room to flip this around to where it's a money situation, right? Let's say rap wise, right? Like no, like let's be for real. Corey King, KK, nobody want to see that boxing match. Like nobody want to see y'all two old niggas in there boxing. Something might happen. Nobody want to see that. I really don't want to see y'all at that age boxing. Nobody. But just imagine if you was to do something and you just end up bringing like Scheme Team, because y'all got y'all little shit going. Imagine that shit get cool, and then y'all end up doing some joint shit on the platform. I guarantee you the same amount of views that y'all getting when y'all beefing at each other, y'all start doing joint shit and start bringing that shit into joint shit. I guarantee you y'all get 10 times the amount of views. Let's talk about the Woo and the Cho side. It comes out right now. It comes out right now on YouTube. Hypothetically, we talking about. It comes out right now on YouTube that Envy Kane and Fabio Foreign got a song together. Hypothetically, we talking about. You go on YouTube and you see Envy Kane or Fabio Foreign featuring Envy Kane. Guarantee you within an hour, 1,000,000 views. What? I guarantee, if not 1 hour, I'll probably say 1 day. 1 day, 1,000,000 views. And I'm not saying that this is gonna happen. I'm not saying like I know the future. I'm Miss Cleo, tell me your future. You see what I'm saying? But I'm talking about just a money factor right now. See what I'm saying? If y'all seen some shit like that pop up right now, y'all instantly gonna click on it just to hear what the fuck they got a song together. What the fuck going on here? I'm not saying that will ever happen, but we talking about from a money factor. Now listen, I know the beef goes way further than what people, you see what I'm saying? I know the beef goes way further than what people think. Blood has been shed. Now, if it's blood has been shed between both sides, and it's some shit that you can't just get over, then it is what it is. But you can't just say because, oh, you Woo and he Cho, or you Crip and he GD, that now you hate all GDs. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't think like that. I understood blood is be shed, but you can't think like that. Now, if a nigga run down on you, he throwing up Cho and all that, and you just got beef with the Cho, it's a different story. But you can't just run around saying, oh, I hate all GDs. Like, you can't say that. GDs can't say they hate all Crips. I don't really see GDs running around saying that they hate all Crips and shit like that. But I'm pretty sure some of them that feels like that because of what the beef is going on. Blood has been shed. But at the same time, you got to just single that out. If you Woo, you got beef with the Cho, call it what it is. You Cho, you got beef with the Woo, call it what it is. But if you Cho and you folk, and you Woo and you GD, see what I'm saying? You really can't call that New York beef. And the only reason why I'm talking like this, and I'm talking to the people that's outside of New York, because a lot of them don't seem to get it of what's going on and what is they keep calling the shit like a hybrid gang. Oh shit, the Bloods and the Crips done linked up to form the Woo. Like, I'm getting so sick of hearing that shit. If y'all in New York, y'all gotta understand this whole platform, I just be defending us. That's not saying going at other places and all that and shit. But people already know, man, that's not saying I'm going against other places and all that. But a lot of times the whole platform was started just because of what people was thinking about shit going on in New York. But never came to New York. Had the wrong vision of what was going on in New York. Oh, the Crips in New York is fake. Oh, the Bloods in New York is fake. Oh shit, they got a hybrid gang in New York. Everything in the GDs in New York is fake. I heard every gang in New York been fake except for the Latin Kings. The Chicago Latin Kings is not saying the New York Latin Kings is fake. Everywhere else, though, you got the specific people saying that everybody else is fake. So you know what? Let me use my platform to tell y'all how fake we are not. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with the Wu versus. I didn't know what the hell that was in the beginning. I didn't really know what was going down. But at the same time, it's like, you know, I still understood it. And upon talking to both sides, I understand what was going on. And I know blood has been shed. I understand. But we got to find somehow, some way to start turning this from a negative to a positive and get back to how it was before. I mean, when it was just Crips and GDs versus Bloods, it wasn't it wasn't too much bloodshed being going on. A lot of shit happening, but it wasn't too much bloodshed going on. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into another segment. We're gonna start talking about how is these rap groups is 2 or 3. I mean, I'm sorry, it's 3 or more people in a rap group. Is that really like is that really like career suicide? And then at the end of the day, do you think it's some kind of curse or some kind of target on these new rappers that's coming out nowadays? Like, because it's almost scary. It's almost scary to become a rapper. So it's like, you know, damn, do I like, you know, is it a curse? As soon as you get the buzz, you get shot. We're gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna play one more quick clip real quick.
Yikes. We did it again. Around the Clock Records. Sheesh. Dirt Gang. We got another one. Hey, y'all know what time it is, man. I'm on my own facts, the D unknown maps. Lit the fuse to the track.
Yeah. Shout out to King Nate, man. Shout out to King Nate. This is what I love to see. Because I be hating when teenagers ask me all the time, yo OG, you think I could run under you? And they're like, nah, my nigga. Nah, I'm not. If you in your 20s, you shouldn't be joining no gang. If you a teenager, you need to be thinking like King Nate. King Nate said, shit, I'm a teen from Crown Heights, Brooklyn, New York. So I get what he's saying. I'm trying to stay in school and not be a follower. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is exactly what I'm talking about, man. I don't influence nobody to join no gang because it was a mistake. Because it was a mistake that I made when I was younger. It's not going to be a mistake that I'm going to try to influence somebody else to make in their teenage years. You see what I'm saying? Because if I can go back to 13 years old and realize all the shit that I could have accomplished if I wasn't in the game or if I wasn't out, not really, I can't blame the game because it's the choices I made. I'm out there running around in them streets. It's the choices I made. But I probably wouldn't join no gang all over again. Like, people say, oh, like, people be thinking if I wasn't in the gang, it would have been easier for me in jail. I be thinking if I wasn't in the gang, I probably never even would have even went to jail. It's even worse when you in a gang. Especially when you in New York. I know in California it's easy when you, not easy though, let me not say easy. It's a little bit easier for you when you're a Crip going to jail in California rather than a Blood. In New York, it's the opposite. It's easier for you to go to be a Blood in jail, especially as long as your shit is official, rather than you being a Crip going to jail. Now it done eased up a little bit, but we talking about 90s, early 2000s, like, you know what I'm saying? I really can't speak on even the 90s because the first time I went to jail, I think was in like 2000 and like, it might have been 2001. See what I'm saying? So, you know, it's like I really can't speak on what was going down in the 90s. But I got a lot of uncles that was in the jail in the 90s. A lot of them was guard body, they turned Blood, or, you know, or they just turned Blood, they wasn't nothing. So, I mean, you know, it was rough in the 90s for Crips running around in the jail. And I know how rough it was in the 2000s because between 2001 and 2013, I was in and out them things 6 times. See what I'm saying? So, you know how that go. rappers. Is it really a hit out on? Is it a hit out on? You okay? Oh, it might not be charged. I got that charger, the charger right there. Um, it's a hit out. It's a hit out on. If you need to charge, take the charge in the box right there. Take your switch fluid too. Look, there's a hit out on rappers right now. Allegedly, people are saying the rap police are just targeting all rappers right now. They're saying not only is it the rap police, the conspiracy theorists is just saying that there is kind of like a secret society out there that's kind of just like targeting rappers that's getting good, that's getting famous. So I read something that said if you start, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle was not a new rapper. Nipsey Hussle had a lot of good albums. This last one though, and what he was doing for the community was giving a lot of people hope and giving a lot of people recognition of what kind of person he really was. So when I read it and they started from him, it was like, okay, Nipsey was pretty much up. He wasn't even at the peak of his career yet. He was very up and coming as far as becoming like a mainstream rapper who not just people in California, people in New York knew about, that people all across the world knew about. He was right there. Frank Perry in the building, man. What's good? Jody Jones in the building, man. Then you got another rapper in the name of Pop Smoke. And I might not be going in the right order, but I'm trying to think of the order, but it is what it is. Then you got another rapper in the name of Pop Smoke, who's pretty much the biggest Brooklyn up-and-coming rapper since Bobby Shmurda. Some would say might even have passed Bobby Shmurda's escalance at that time. Like Bobby Shmurda, Hot Nigga, that was a crazy song. Pop Smoke was either a little bit bigger or he was right there at that caliber. And he was at the not the peak of his career, but at that point right there where he was trying to come. So at this point, I'm thinking in my head like, yo, it's crazy. Shout out to Fall Rock 22, man. My guy said Nipsey's influenced me to starting my own business. His music was powerful. Rich Gang in the building, salute. I appreciate that donation always, and that's a fact. Nipsey had black men and women, along with his wife, thinking that they can actually do stuff on their own. Nipsey is the reason why I'm trying to stay fully independent with everything I'm doing until I get the right offer. That's one influence Nipsey Hussle had on me before he passed away and after. After he passed away, his influence made me think to make sure that my legacy is good enough to where if something do happen to me, my kids is straight. But before that, he gave me the influence to just say, listen, you can get there. It's going to take a little bit more time. But at the end of the day, stay independent until you get the right deal. Don't be out there making stupid moves and stuff like that. That's what I took from Nipsey Hussle. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people talk about the stocks. Correct. He guided a lot of people on what to do as far as the stocks. He was very influenced on empowering black people to better themselves financially and mentally. But financially, listen, don't just think about just owning the car, owning your own house. Why don't you start owning real estate? You got enough money to buy another house. What's the sense of going to buy a whole nother car, get a couple of more gold chains and stuff? Why don't you buy this house, flip this house, make like 100,000 off that house? Oh, you good. Now you can use this flip that house to another one. You see what I'm saying? Instead of us just owning a house and being satisfied with that, or owning an apartment and being satisfied with that, let's start trying to get acres. Start trying to build up communities. Stuff like that, man. You see what I'm saying? So that's a lot what Nipsey taught. So Pop Smoke, rest in peace. He was just one of the people who they talked about on there too. Mike G in the building. Let's go, because I know he had Nick Blicky up there. Nick Blicky definitely had an influence, especially in Brooklyn on the opposite side, on the Cho side. So it's his whole, and shout out to his mother, man. Rest in peace, Nick Blicky. Shout out to his moms. The way she spoke and what happened to him, and it's that goes to show is just like you don't even know sometimes if you can just trust people who you've been around a lot. One thing I took from it, shout out to B&G Upper Class, man. That was a solid interview right there. One thing I took from that is that she got it in her head, and I don't know if it's true, that he hugged a person right before they took his life. That's one thing that struck out for me. That she said that she knows that he hugged the person before they actually, which means, I don't want to just throw it. Listen, I don't want to insinuate shit, but you got to watch the people that's close to you along with the ops. But on the Cho side of things, I say him and MVK and 22Gs probably was like the three influences at that time. And somebody felt like he had to be a casualty. Then now you're talking about like King Von. I'm sorry, excuse me, FBG Duck. Was I think, yeah, FBG Duck was before King Von. FBG Duck was another one that a lot of people probably outside of the Midwest, down south area probably didn't know about, but they were starting to know about. When it starts getting from like Chicago, St. Louis, Detroit, that area, when you start getting out that area, start getting noted, and like Texas and California and like Vegas, or you're going the opposite way, but you get noticed in like, New Jersey and New York and like North Carolina, South Carolina, Atlanta, stuff like that. Your name is starting to get out there. So people felt like FBG Duck was one of those people that was on the rise. I wouldn't call him a new artist. I just feel like he was new to the public. The way he just got like broad, it was just daylight shopping for clothes. I mean, it's always some kind of mystery behind it. If you feel like Scooby-Doo, the Who Done It. But he was also an upcoming noble rapper. Also had a lot of features with a lot of rappers who y'all do know, but the songs probably just getting released. So a lot of people knew about FBG Duck, but at the same time, it's like up and coming rapper, didn't hit the peak of their career yet, but was right there. Beefing with King Von a lot. Him and King Von used to go back and forth a lot on the internet. It happened to whatever happened to him happened. King Von, being from where he's from, not only had a lot of gang ops, but he had ops in the rap game, in the industry, internet beef, stuff like that. So that's a lot of ops. But at the end of the day, you try to move out from where all the beef was going on, try to limit that, and we know what happened with that. Anybody who say King Von wasn't an upcoming rapper, I mean, us in New York, We knew about him beforehand because of the drill. But when he did that song with Fabio Foreign, that's when we really started getting super in tune with Vaughn. A lot of us knew him before that though. But I feel like that's when the East Coast started getting in tune with him. And a lot of people on the West Coast are starting to listen to drill now. So it was perfect timing. We know Chicago been doing drill way before New York. We know the UK has been doing drill before New York. It's just I feel like New York, and I'm not gonna just say Brooklyn because I be hearing just specifically Brooklyn drill. They do drill everywhere in New York now, so we're gonna just call it New York drill. I feel like that had the biggest impact out of all three of those places as far as drill music. Because Chicago did it, then it just stopped. It was like, fuck it, it's not really clicking, it just stopped. But the ones that was doing it before, it was easy for them to just jump back on. So King Von was just he wasn't at the peak of his career. When you say at the peak, that means you done hit stardom already at the top, and then you're about to start descending. He wasn't at that. He was still on his way up, but he was almost at the top to where everybody in the world just knew who he was. But this is why I don't believe that whole conspiracy theory shit about, oh, it's just a secret society, they out here plotting on rappers. And so you mean to tell me Quando Rondo's man was part of the conspiracy theory secret society? All we ask is trust. Dumbasses like I don't believe that shit. I'm just, y'all got it. Stay with me here. Each one of these people who I mentioned already, it's all gang members. It's all gang members. I have yet to mention one rapper that hasn't been affiliated. Rest in peace to all of them. All of them is gang affiliated. So it goes beyond what people is just saying as far as like, oh, there's a secret society out there killing rappers. No. It's a curse on new rappers coming up. No, it's not. This is real life gang beef shit. Stay with me on this one. Mo 3. Let's go to Mo 3. Another notable Dallas rapper. See what I'm saying? Up and coming. A lot of us outside of the Texas, California, that little area, Oklahoma, Missouri. A lot of people knew about Mo 3 in those areas over there. But he was at that point, at that peak, to where the music he was making, his voice sounded different. He wasn't just doing just rap. You see what I'm saying? He started getting key notables without there with people. Next thing you know, look what happened to him. But at the same time, once again, he listen, Mo 3 was affiliated also. So now the only rappers who's not affiliated, and stay with me on this one because I thought this was a very intriguing piece that I read. The 3 rappers that got shot but didn't die, none of them are in gangs. Benny the Butcher got shot, didn't die. Shout out to Benny the Butcher. He's not in a gang. Oh, that's a fact. I knew I was forgetting one, Eastside Kane. That's the one I was trying to remember. Lil Boosie, shot, not dead. He not in a gang. From what I'm hearing and seeing, Zoey Dollaz, shot, not killed. He not in a gang. So my thing is, right? How could it be a secret society out there? All we ask is trust kind of shit. You mean to tell me this secret society, they're only shooting up and coming rappers? Benny the Butcher's not old. This is probably the hottest run Benny the Butcher had. And I know I heard about that. He is a legend, Zoe Pound, but you know, I don't feel like this. I don't call the Zoes a gang, if that makes sense. The Zoes is more at this point like an organization. So, but you know, and that's allegedly. I never heard no rap shit. He came out and said, you know. But I don't look at the Zoes like a gang. They're like more like an organization. Anyway, fucking it's getting to the point to where it's like the conspiracy theorists are thinking that they can shoot. There's a conspiracy theorist. They can shoot rappers that's up and coming. Like Benny the Butcher's not new, but he's on the hottest run he had right now. Boosie is not new, but between all of the internet shit Boosie doing, all of the Instagram promotion and all that shit he doing right now, he's getting to the peak. Zoey Dollaz is getting has been getting so much features in his last year by notable rappers. It's crazy. You see what I'm saying? So this is why I can't buy this whole conspiracy theorist thing. If they because this is what the conspiracy theorists were saying. That this secret organization is attacking the gang members that's all up and coming, killing them. But the ones that's not in gangs, we're gonna just shoot them, but not kill them. Yeah, we're gonna just shoot them and not kill them. See what I'm saying? Like, nah, son. Y'all can't think like that. Y'all can't think like that. So I'm here to tell all the conspiracy theorists, it ain't nothing. Y'all can hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Yo, can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Okay. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo. Yo, yo. Y'all still tuned in it? Y'all can hear me now? All right. Ever. Hello, MacGyver. We back like cook crack. Yep. Fucking MacGyver again. All right. So what I was saying, basically what I was saying was, in a nutshell, to sum it all up, there is no fucking, see what I'm saying? There's no fucking X against no goddamn, no rappers and no shit like that. There's no X against us, no rappers and no stupid shit like that. So at the end of the day, if y'all a rapper, y'all don't be scared to y'all don't be scared to become a rapper, thinking there's a hex against you, or if you get hot, you won't get shot. Like, nah, that's not the case. You see what I'm saying? So You got a whole bunch of rap groups like that has not been working. You see what I'm saying? Like RBESOB, ASAP Mob, um, Shoreline Mafia. A lot of these groups, haven't been they haven't really been like clicking with each other. They've pretty much been like they've been starting out, good, and then they just been getting like they've been breaking up. And I feel like it's the loyalty that comes with it. Like Griselda, right? Griselda's not really a group, but at the same time, it's like each one of them had their own single careers, but when they do come together, they're Griselda. You see what I'm saying? But it's not like an official group. Like they all signed as a group, they own group albums and all that shit. So with the Migos, right? At one time, Quavo was getting more single recognition than all the rest of them, man. See what I'm saying? Shout out to Bob Boucher, man. I appreciate the donation. Said the energy you put out is the energy you get back. I feel like with them, one point in time, Quavo was doing a lot of the single stuff. He was doing a lot more of the single artist stuff than a lot of them was. Then it was one point in time where Offset was doing a lot of features and stuff and by himself or putting out songs by himself and all that. Then you got groups like, then you had the other guy. What the hell is his name? Takeoff. He hasn't really been doing anything as far as like, single artist stuff like that. But they don't just be like, all right, fuck, we're gonna break up and we're gonna just because they already know at the end of the day, if Migos break up fully, Quavo gonna be all right, Offset gonna be all right, but what the hell is gonna happen to Takeoff? So when you know you're in that predicament, you really gotta think in your head like, yo, you see what I'm saying? It's like you gotta think like, what is this guy? How is this gonna affect the next person? Like with Griselda, Westside Gunna takes a lot of slack for not being as lyrical as Benny the Butcher or Conway. But they're not gonna just say, oh shit, well, this is just us two. That's stupid. What the hell is them dudes? I ain't got no time. The hell is them idiots? Sway Lee and his brother Slim Jimmy, pause. Them guys, right? Slim Jimmy wasn't doing no fucking he wasn't doing no single artist shit at all. Even on a joint album, they was like, this guy Sway Lee will be doing a lot of the work. But then you got Sway Lee doing a lot of single stuff. When he did that shit with French Montana, that kind of like solidified him as the single artist. Yeah, Ray Schumer. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Appreciate that, Trap. Ray Schumer. Them guys. Now, Sway Lee for years has been, him and his brother they didn't have online fights. I don't even know if they real brothers. But Gusta in the building. But at the end of the day, it's like he could have been dipped off and been like, all right, well, Slim Jimmy, you go ahead and you do your own little album. See what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my thing because I'm gonna be all right. But for years he tried to not do that. But when you got this guy ain't picking up no weight, you got to do what you got to do. So I'm not talking about just carry a person to the top, like how Sway Lee has been carrying Slim Jimmy to the top. Pause. That didn't even sound right. Even you got to change that. Your name is the reason why you ain't gonna never be a single artist. I'm not putting Harlem Smiley featuring Slim Jimmy. Pause. Damn. Nah, I know they real brothers, Rich Porter. I got a Dawson brother too. I got Dawson sisters. It's a lot of us. We got a lot of different shades. See what I'm saying? So yeah, but you got to think though. Think about all the Ray Schreiber tracks. You can't name me one Ray Schreiber track that you remember where Slim Jimmy is actually on the hook, and it was a good hook. I'll wait. One song with Slim Jimmy on the album to where you heard Slim Jimmy on the hook, and you can actually repeat it right now. I ain't got no time. We know who that was. You name me one. Ray Schreiber got a lot of tracks out there. Every track they had that was a hit, Sway Lee had the best verse on there, and he also did the hook. That's laziness from Slim Jimmy. That's laziness. Slim Jimmy does not do all that beats, Frank Barrett. Oh no. You go look at the album right now. They had 4 different producers on both of them. What's the name that they put out? You know what I'm saying? He don't do all that beats. Listen, if you want to be a producer, be a producer. See what I'm saying? But you know, at the end of the day, it's crazy. Shout out to Dutchy the Great, man. Dutchy the Great said the Goonies is up next, man. He said the Goonies is up next, man. Round the clock records, y'all already know we coming. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. We on the way already. We on the way already. You know what I'm saying? I already got all the signings in mind already. I'm not gonna say I got all the signings because I ain't got no contracts, nor do I got the bread to sign people to it. But at the end of the day, trust me, Around the Clock Records, we are definitely going to be on the map. See what I'm saying? Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Debo, aka Tiny Zeus Lester. Rest in peace to Debo, man. If y'all could in the chat, y'all can put up a bunch of the praying hands in the chat. Rest in peace, Debo. Debo brought a little bit of happiness to a lot of different families, a lot of laughter to a lot of families. If you didn't see Friday and rock with him in Friday, if you didn't see him in a lot of other platforms and rock with him in that, if you didn't see him on wrestling, I remember Debo when he was doing wrestling, WWF. See what I'm saying? So if y'all could, man, just put a bunch of little prayer hands in the chat. Rest in peace, Debo, man. I also want to say rest in peace, Natalie Dazelle. I hope I pronounced her name right. That's the lady that passed away. That was in that movie Bats. You know, Bats that had like the big hair. But my favorite movie she played in was the movie How to Be a Player with Bill Bellamy. She was the sister. She was the sister hating. She was the hating sister, trying to call all the girls to get them in there to get to the party at the same time to try to get him caught up. See what I'm saying? That was my favorite movie she played in. I watched the movie Bats 2 bad times. They had big head dudes and all that. But her in that movie, How to Be a Player, son, that was like one of my favorite roles she played in, man. So I think it's Natalie Dazelle, man. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to her too, man. That was my shit, man. How to Be a Player. That shit was crazy. All right. So listen, today's Sunday. Yesterday, the URL had and I'm almost done because I got to get into. We doing a whole another. Y'all know the Friday Night Lights edition. I'm playing subscribers music on Friday Night Lights. If y'all don't know about it, man, y'all got to stay tuned in. If you an artist and you don't want to pay no money to get your music played, but you want to hear, you want to get it like legitimately rated. You want to get some honest opinions on how good it is. All you got to do is just send over the music to Curry Low 1206. One of my moderators, throw that up for me in the comments. Curry Low 1206 at gmail.com. And we'll play it. So what I did was on Friday, it was going so good. But after 2 hours, for some reason, YouTube like to play around with the audio and shit. So it kind of got cut short. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do part 2 today. because I still had a lot of tracks that I needed to play that I didn't play from people who sent me. Listen, we got like last time we had 14 people who sent me music, and I played all 14, people, but they sent me multiple tracks. So today I'm gonna do part 2. So if you want to be one of those people to get your track played on Dirt Gang TV Live and let people, they're gonna rate it 1 through 10. If it's trash, they're gonna rate it a 0. If it's hot, they're gonna rate it a 10. And all the numbers in between. They're gonna let you know how exactly they feel about your track. So if you want to get it rated, all you got to do is just send the music over to currylope1206. I'm gonna just put it up real quick at gmail.com, and make sure you put it in the title. That just put Friday Night Lights in the title so I can know you sent this to me. What the fuck was that? Shit ain't show. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, y'all just send it there, and y'all be good to go. You know what I'm saying? We'll make sure your shit get played or whatever like that. You'll be good to go. The shit is fun. But last night the URL it's supposed to be the versus battle, Keisha Cole versus Ashanti. Ashanti got COVID or tested positive for COVID. So that shit didn't come on. But yesterday URL definitely had their event last night. So I'm just gonna call it real quick because we ain't gonna be on here too much longer. I'm just gonna call it real quick how I think the matches went last night. So it was Volume 6 last night. Shout out to the URL. Geechee Gotti versus Goods. That one is stirring up a lot of controversy. A lot of people think Goods took that battle. As far as like, I don't get why they let people vote on a caffeine app, but at the same time, they try to say those votes unofficial. Like, it's stupid. You see what I'm saying? Some people go by the votes, but they don't. But I had Geechee Gotti winning that battle 2-1 yesterday. But they had Goods beating Geechee Gotti 2-1. So that's the controversy. But me personally, I had Geechee Gotti winning that battle 2-1. K-Shine versus Pat Stay. I felt like Pat Stay was a little bit out of the element. He was a little bit, on the nervous side. He needed that crowd reaction because he had a lot of jokes, which I said against Sean that wasn't going to work. I originally had Sean winning 2-1, but after watching it last night live, he definitely he 3-0 Pat Stay. But at the end of the day, Pat Stay at his worst is still better than a lot of battle rappers out there. See what I'm saying? So yeah, Sean, I gave Sean that 1-3-0. T-Top versus Easy the Block Captain did not go down yesterday, even though I did have T-Top potentially winning that 1-2-1. T-Top was in the chat. He had family problems with that. He couldn't make it, so that one didn't go down. Arsenal versus Jerry West. Originally, I had Jerry West winning this one 2-1, but after watching it live, which I don't know why I bet against Arsenal. Everybody already know Arsenal's my favorite battle rapper that's out there all time. My favorite battle rapper all time. Carmelo Anthony's my favorite NBA player. Arsenal's my favorite battle rapper all time. You see what I'm saying? So I usually don't bet against him, but Jerry West is going to kill. So I had Jerry West originally winning this battle 2-1, but upon watching it live, Arsenal definitely took that 1-2-1. Some people even saying 3-0, but me personally, I feel like he took that 2-1. Danny Myers versus Ill Will. Originally, I had Ill Will winning 2-1. I felt like I felt like Danny Myers won 2-1, but I feel like it was kind of close. It was a very close, debatable. Even though I feel like Danny won 2-1, but the caffeine app had Ill Will winning 2-1. So it's like, do you go off the caffeine app numbers? Do you not go off the caffeine, app numbers? I just don't get it. And what's the battle I thought was the battle of the night was Chilla Jones versus B-Dot, even though B-Dot felt like he really didn't do that well. I felt like he did okay, but I felt like Chilla Jones still edged the battle 2-1. So it's like, I feel like for Champion of the Year talk, is pretty much between Kayshawn and Chilla Jones. It's like Chilla Jones kind of deserve it more. Kayshawn got jerked a couple of years in a row, though. It's gonna be very dicey to see which way this one goes. Nah, Eastside Kane, Sue Surf is a commentator now. Sue Surf is retired. You know, he says he's retired, but Sue Surf is a commentator on Champion right now. So what Henny would listen, listen, listen. What Di the Henny Man used to do on Champion, that's what Sue Surf do right now. What Di the Henny Man used to do, that's what Sue Surf do right now. That's the only way I can sum it up. Other than that, listen, we're gonna get up out of here. This is your boy Home Smiley, man. You've been tuned into the one and only Therapy TV. Don't forget to go shop at m14clothing.com for all your latest apparel, your new apparel. For all of my people who want to get their music played, send y'all music to currylow1206@gmail.com. We will be going live in about an hour with new music being played from various artists, YouTubers, subscribers. You might know them, you might not. If you want to get your music heard and rated, just send it to currylow1206@gmail.com. And then just put at the top Friday Night Lights. With that being said, Tales from a Harlem Crip, y'all go cop that right now. It's on all streaming platforms except for SoundCloud. And y'all know, man, y'all can't get this money when you in there sleep on the couch. This is your boy Harlem Smiley, the one and only Dirt Gang TV, man, where we always rolling, man. Salute to the Rich Gang, man. Salute to everybody out there. I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy, man. Don't worry. We on that road to 100,000 right now. Listen, forget, we're not even worried about getting to 30,000. We're on the road to 100,000 right now. That's what I'm just saying. We're not stopping until we get that 100,000 plaque. And then after that, we might just try to shoot for the million plaque. See what I'm saying? M14.com. Use the promo code DIRT. The link will be in the description. Y'all just click the link. You'll be right up there, man. See what I'm saying? That's it. First Fam West, salute, man. Rich Porter, salute, man. Nancy Drew, man, salute. Frank Perry, salute, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. Y'all stay in tune with the low, man. We'll be right back, man. On the road to 100,000. We not stopping until we get there, man. See what I'm saying? That's a fact, man. I ain't been YouTubing that long. I ain't even been YouTube. I ain't been on YouTube for 2 years yet. Trust me. There's a lot of YouTubers out there, 5, 6, 7 years. They numbers just a little bit higher than mine. Not even 2 years in the show. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. 100,000. Here we come, man. It's your boy Home Smiley, man. The one on the Third Game TV, man. Come.